I think the pizza in Japan better than Italy.
Really?
I'm saying it.
All right. You can do that. You can do that. That's interesting.
All our Italian listeners are screaming at the sky. Mamma mia! What the fuck are you talking about?
Speaking slowly so you can understand. Just a couple of teachers just doing a thing. Speaking slowly so you can understand. Just a couple of teachers just doing a thing. Gonna give you that English nice and slow. Gonna give it to you nice and slow. I'm gonna give you that English nice and slow. Gonna give it to you nice and slow. I'm gonna give it to you.
Baby. What is up, Big Rich?
Not much. It's a nice day. It was a nice walk here, actually.
Nice, crisp day.
Crisp. And there's a little bit of snow on the mountains in the distance.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Officially December.
Yes.
Starting to feel like winter.
Yeah. A little bit cold. A little bit.
You know what I like about this time of year?
What's that?
I like all the crunchy leaves.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I like it when you're walking down the street and there's all these crunchy leaves on the ground.
Yeah.
You kind of step on them and crunch, and you can kind of kick them, kicking through the crunchy leaves.
Yeah, I went on a walk about a week ago with my wife, and we were cruising through these government housing complexes, and in between the buildings, there was like seesaws and swings and everything, and
lots of crunchy leaves.
And lots of crunchy leaves, and we were just having a ball, like seesawing and crunching on the leaves.
You went and played on the playground?
Yeah, we played on the playground.
Really?
Yeah, really. Swings, seesaw, slide, and such.
You swung on the swings?
Yeah.
And you did a teeter-totter?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, we did. Yeah, in between these like government housing buildings.
Government housing, that's like for families maybe, or just low income people?
Yeah, she said like single moms, poor people, whatnot. Or maybe
people who
older
can't
people.
afford a regular place.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Subsidized housing.
Yes.
So it's made very cheap.
It was not a bad looking building, but their outside storage units were very not nice.
Like rusty.
Really like wooden and really old.
You know, that's a thing that is pretty much only up here in Tohoku and Hokkaido, I believe.
For what?
The outside storage.
Really?
Yeah, because
no space
you need winter tires for your car.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's so common to have the outside storage.
I've got one.
You've got one too? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
What do you put in there?
I put my kerosene heater, my bigger fan for summer.
That is nice.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep that stuff inside.
And the gas tanks, the red tanks.
Yeah,
18-liter tanks, whatever.
For the kerosene.
So, and then what she does is if we have a full garbage bag before garbage day, she'll put the garbage there.
Oh.
So it's not smelly.
So you don't have to keep it in your house.
Yeah, so it's not smelly. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I mean, yeah.
Well, that's... So you crunched on the leaves and you played in the playground.
We did. It's not the first time we've done that, actually. Yeah.
Are there other people there, or...
There was a few... This is like afternoon, right? It's like 2:00. And there was a few other people.
Kids come playing. They're like, Mommy, that man won't get off the swings.
I would not have done it alone.
Turn.
That would have been creepy. Nobody was really there. There was a few people like walking by. Largely, it was empty. There must have been like 6 or 8 buildings.
So you guys looked around and you thought, okay, nobody's watching. Let's go.
Surprisingly, she just entered. Like usually she's very proper. Like if I even step on someone's like front lawn kind of thing, she'll be like, dummy, that's like private. But with this, she
was like, wee,
she didn't care at all. I don't know why.
Oh, that's fun. It's important to have fun like a child.
Yeah, and we were talking about crunching the leaves and
Yeah.
Largely, I have trouble talking about seasons because I never grew up in seasons. So I don't know how, like, largely she speaks to me in Japanese, but she's like, yeah, how do you say some of these words about the crunching leaves in English? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, because in San Francisco, the weather is pretty similar all year.
Yeah, and mostly indigenous trees would be coniferous, not deciduous.
Right. Evergreen.
Yeah, evergreens.
They don't have leaves.
So there's like no seasons. It's basically 15 to 20 degrees all year round.
That sounds quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it's quite nice. And then most of the nature is like not the kind of, flowering in the spring, dying in the fall. So I've never.
So you didn't experience seasons until you left San Francisco.
Yeah, in the proper way, yes. Yeah. So like I remember the first year I was in Slovakia, like being like, oh, do you have a winter jacket? I'm like, I've never said.
What's winter?
Like, what's a winter jacket? Like, what are you talking? Well, I mean, of course I knew, but I've never talked about.
Oh, that's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Stepping on the
Yeah.
crunchy leaves
Yeah.
is my favorite.
It's fun.
Oh, speaking of your hometown, San Francisco.
Yes.
Right before we began this podcast,
Uh-huh.
I gave you a San Francisco treat.
You did give me a San Francisco treat, some sourdough bread.
Yes.
Very delicious. Homemade.
Homemade.
Yeah, delicious.
I baked sourdough all by myself for the first time.
Good for you.
It's quite complicated and a
Yeah.
long process.
Yeah. It's fermented, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You have to first make the starter,
Yeah.
which is basically what you use instead of yeast, dry
Yes.
yeast. Yeah. So making the starter takes about 10 days at least.
Yeah, something like that. And it's
Yeah.
very delicate. You have to have like right temperatures and things like that.
You got to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I have starter, so I'm planning to make sourdough from time to time.
Right. So San Francisco's a bit famous for sourdough bread. Lots of the bakeries will sell it.
So what did you think of my sourdough?
Delicious.
Yes.
Delicious. Lightly toasted with some butter. Very delicious.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of a success, but when I baked it, I couldn't get it into like a nice round shape.
Right.
It was just like a pancake. And then after I baked it, it became like a UFO,
That's cool.
like kind of fat in the middle and like very flat. But
a disc, huh?
it's still sourdough.
It still works.
Right?
It still works.
Yeah.
The way you cut it, it was like rectangular strips.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
no problem.
yeah, next time, hopefully, I can do a better job.
It was good. And I'm not usually a bread man. But, recently I've been eating bread and pizza. And
You said before that you have a kind of an allergy to wheat.
I did when I was younger, but I feel like it doesn't really affect me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So now you feel more comfortable eating wheat products?
Yeah, I actually went to go get some pizza with the wife a couple weeks ago.
I love pizza.
Yeah.
Best pizza. What's your favorite topping?
Mushrooms, sausage, those kinds of things.
Yes. I think the best toppings for pizza are, number 1, pepperoni.
Yeah, pepperoni's good.
Gotta have pepperoni.
Yes.
Italian sausage, also good.
Yes.
And for vegetables, bacon also. It's
Bacon's good. Bacon's good.
but for vegetables, onions, green peppers,
Yes.
olives.
That's a very North American pizza.
That's the perfect
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
Pepperoni, Italian sausage, onions, green peppers, olives. Boom. Ah, my mouth is watering.
Yeah, that's a very, in my opinion, a North American like thing.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
a North American style pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
I'm going to say something very controversial right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'm going to brace myself. Holding the chair.
Might make some people angry.
Right.
Okay. Pizza in Italy,
Uh-oh.
overrated.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Pizza in Japan,
It's so.
underrated.
You think so?
Yes. Not delivery pizza,
Okay.
but if you go to an Italian restaurant in Japan
Really?
that specializes in making Napolitan style, Napoli style pizza, there are so many fantastic pizza places for Napoli style. I think the pizza in Japan, better than Italy.
Really?
I'm saying it.
All
I'm
right.
saying it.
You can do that. You can do that. That's interesting.
All our Italian listeners are screaming at the sky. Mamma mia! What the fuck are you talking about? Delivery pizza? No. But if you go to like a Napoli-style pizza restaurant, there's a place in Osaka I used to go all the time.
Good,
It's
huh?
probably the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Really?
And it's won like gold medals for international pizza competition.
That's interesting.
There's a couple places here in Sendai.
Right.
Also, very, very good. I went to Italy. I was
Yeah.
so excited for pizza. And the
Failed.
result was,
That's interesting.
I thought it would be better.
Well,
So maybe I just didn't go to the right place, but
possibly, but
I think Japanese Napoli-style pizza, there's so many great places. They do a great job. They use great ingredients.
right.
Underrated. Yep, I said it. Yes.
Breaking news.
Yes, it's fun to, do a kind of overrated versus underrated
Sure.
things.
I don't think I have a good example.
Oh, that's all right. Next time, please think of something, in your opinion, that is overrated and something else that is underrated.
I will.
Yes.
I will.
Anyway, Big Rich, I've got to play the music.
Got a question,
Oh.
don't be shy.
Got a question.
Dave and Rich are real nice guys.
Here it comes.
Okay, what's the
Got
question?
a question, don't hold back. 'Cause Rich and Dave will answer that.
We have got a question, Big Rich.
Hi.
We've got a question from a mother.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep it anonymous because it's a question about her family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Her son is learning English, and her son is shit. I think she told me, but I can't remember. I think he's about 9 or so.
So still elementary school.
Yes, elementary school age. She is concerned about his behavior in his English class. So she sent me a video
A video.
of her son's English class.
Okay.
And she said, "Look at my son in his English class. Isn't his behavior terrible? Please tell me what you and Big Rich think about this." So, sorry if you could just kind of come over here. So I'm going to play the video for you, and then let's see what you think about her son's behavior. All right. So let me just explain what we just watched.
Sure.
I don't want to play the video because it's kind of a private video.
yeah.
Anyway, the teacher's sitting there with a deck of cards. Japanese people call those trump cards because they are the most terrific cards. Everybody knows trump cards are the
Never.
best. But we just call them cards.
Right.
Playing cards, a deck of cards.
Yeah.
And he's showing her son these cards, and he's asking, 2 cards, are these the same color? Are these the same number? What number is this?
Right.
Etc., etc.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of his behavior?
I think the one thing that upset me was when he would give false answers a couple times to try to be playful. Like he said pink
instead of red.
Yeah, but I think he's just trying to be silly. I don't think he's trying to be bad.
Obnoxious.
I don't think so. I didn't
a little
get
bit obnoxious.
a little bit, but I don't think it's outside of like what maybe a 9-year-old might do.
It's yeah.
I mean-
this is a difficult age.
Yeah.
Because it's the age where they're still kind of kids. They
Right.
want to play,
Right.
but you have to make them sit down.
Right.
Whereas, when
He
they're
wasn't.
5, you're just dancing and playing
Right.
and doing games. And now it's like, sit down and study.
Yeah. Definitely he was not sitting. He was not sitting still. He was leaning, almost on the table.
Yeah, he was kind of kneeling on top of his chair. And
Yeah. Look, as a teacher, I would like roll with it, because clearly he has like some energy he needs to like get out. I didn't find it to be terrible. I found
Not
it to be a
terrible.
very manageable, normal situation with
for that age.
a 9-year-old kid who also probably mentally is like at school. I'm sitting in my chair, but this extra language thing is not something that like I need to take as seriously, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's probably already gone to school for a full day.
Yeah.
And now he's going to this English class where there's this American teacher.
It's more casual.
And the American teacher's maybe not so strict.
Right.
I'll just say I have seen much, much, much worse.
Right.
I've experienced much, much worse behavior
Right.
from this age of especially boys.
Right.
So she's concerned about her son's behavior, but it's not terrible. It's not great.
Look, if I was a parent, I would be concerned because I get it, but I don't think it's bad in a malicious way. I think it's just a kid being a kid.
Right.
know?
And another thing is the teacher is sitting there at a table
Yeah.
with a deck of cards.
Right.
I mean,
It's not the most
it
exciting.
seems like a pretty lazy activity.
Yeah.
And he's going, "Oh, are these numbers the same?
Right.
Are these colors the same?" Like,
Just the same question.
it's a pretty boring thing to do. And I think her son is bored.
Yeah. I got that impression.
Like,
as
I
well.
think he could easily answer
Right.
the questions, but the questions are repetitive.
Right. Which would be
And-
boring for anybody.
Yeah. And one thing that concerns me about this video, this
Mm-hmm.
teacher, is apparently the teacher takes a video once a month to show the parents.
Oh, that was the wrong one to take.
Well, yeah, it's like if you're going to take a video, hey, man, do something better than sit there with a deck of
Right.
cards and ask these simple questions.
Right.
I think his behavior, not great.
Not great, for sure.
But also the teacher's activity.
yeah, not
great.
fun.
So I guess don't worry too much
Right.
about your son's behavior. It's
Right.
not terrible.
He's just a kid. He's just a kid.
He's just being a kid.
Yeah,
and I can tell that the teacher is not strict.
No, not at all.
Maybe the teacher likes to joke around.
Right.
That's
right.
why the kid is also trying to joke around.
Right. Which is like, that's a good thing, I feel.
Yeah, it's
In
a
a way.
good thing.
Yeah.
I don't want
yeah.
to criticize the teacher
No,
too
I don't
much
either. Yeah.
because it is
trying.
a tough job,
Right.
and I'm sure he probably has a lot of other great activities, but this one looks
Yeah.
kind of boring to me. Yeah, don't worry too much.
That's not.
Your son is at the age where he's got a lot of energy, and that activity maybe was a little boring. If his behavior gets worse, then maybe you
Yeah.
get worried.
Agree.
Anyway, she says that when he's taking the English classes, she often hears him laughing, and he seems to like his teacher and enjoy
Yeah.
overall English class, and so that's good.
Yeah. In some respects, I'd rather have that energy than shy, quiet person.
Yeah,
That's
something, isn't it? Like having an obnoxious student or a student who's talking
Yeah.
way too much. It's still better than a student who refuses to talk.
Right.
When you teach conversation to adults, it's not as bad, but when you're teaching kids,
It's hard.
Sometimes their parents are forcing them to be there,
Right, and they don't want to be there.
and they'll just not
Yeah,
say
yeah.
anything. And it is
It's awful.
so for the teacher, it is just so the time passes so slowly, and you have to sit there for 45 minutes and try to make this kid speak, and they just look at the desk and refuse to speak.
Or just one word answers.
We have seen much worse.
Yes.
Don't worry too much.
Yeah, don't worry.
What's the most frustrating student you've ever had?
Yeah, just students who don't answer and aren't there mentally. Like they don't want to be there, clearly. And they have one word answers and they don't even want to try. You can't assess a person if they don't answer. You don't know. Do you know how to say yes, I do or no, I don't? Like proper answers? Because if, do you like chicken? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Oh, you've had a student who would just say,
Yeah, or
not
like,
even say yes,
yeah,
yes or no question.
yeah, or just like
Were they forced to be there, or were they there voluntarily?
a lot of times it's like forced.
Forced by their parents.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, legitimately, I had a student in the past month who was junior high school student, and she is like, I don't even like English.
She just told you, I
Yeah.
hate English.
And I'm like,
I'm being forced to be.
okay.
You're like, okay, well,
All right.
let's talk about how much you hate English.
Moving on. Yeah.
Let's expand on that idea.
Yeah.
I despise English.
Yeah. Well, what I also wanted to say is because I don't want to be
What
like,
other words for hate can you
Yeah.
think of?
I just also
I
think
English is stupid.
yeah, it's hard. And then kids are just difficult in general because they don't have any real world experience. It's like, what can you really talk about?
Yeah.
Like with a high school and or junior high school person, it's like
Their life is just
It's-
school.
work. I mean, not work, sorry, school, homework, home.
Yeah.
Like have
They're not planning a holiday or
no,
anything.
and they haven't gone out to restaurants without mom and dad. They've never been to a cafe. Like
And they probably don't want to talk about
Yeah.
their parents.
Yeah.
Most of their
Right.
experiences are
Right.
with their parents.
right, like I have this one lesson. Like we just talk about like which do you like or which do you prefer, and it's like there's so many questions you can't ask. Which do you prefer? Like Italian restaurant or yakitori? They're like, I don't know. I've only eaten yakitori like 3 times.
Right.
You're like, well,
Which do you prefer?
yeah.
Champagne.
Yeah, well,
or
they're
sparkling
15.
wine?
They've never had alcohol. I mean, like what,
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Come to 55freebird.com. Join me on December 14th. I'm doing a little year-end party here in Sendai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're welcome to come if you're
Maybe.
not too busy, Rich.
When is it?
December 14th. Come to 55freebird.com events page. You can join me. Also, check out my goods. I got these cool James Bond parody goods. I'm still selling t-shirts, tote bags, beer holders. Buy 2 t-shirts or tote bags or a combo and get a free beer holder.
They're very nice. I said that last time.
Come and get it. Please come to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, make a comment on Spotify, and see you next time.